Well, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Doorway to the Paintings. And I got a really nice painting here to show you. Indeed, one of my favorites. I really like this. I like the style of it. I like this kind, as you know, you've seen, if you've watched my videos, you've seen other paintings similar to this. Of course, you get a close-up face here in the painting as well. So, and then with the characters in the background with the white robes, and being inspired by ancient Greece and Rome with the pillars and the columns, and probably ancient Druids. That came into my mind with the white robes in the background. And then, of course, like I mentioned in my other videos, Halloween 1, when the patients are out in the courtyard at the beginning of the movie when it's storming and there's rain. And there's lightning and thunder, and Dr. Loomis and the nurse are going up to they're driving up the driveway, and they see him wandering around in the courtyard. I love that part, and it left an impression on me, so that's also a big inspiration. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, this is, I think, one of my all-time favorites, just because it has so many aspects of what I like. In many of my other paintings, they're all here in one. Not only do you have the columns, the pillars in the background, which I always like to put in with the characters, the foliage, the vines, the lightning, the mist, the rain. There's rain and raindrops right here. You got columns in the background, and then you got a close-up painting to look at here with this character. So I painted his face, made it close up, so you get this and this really good background. Really like this painting. I thought about a lot of stuff when I painted this. Mostly like ancient Greece. Like this could be like a ancient Greek character, like a Plato or a Socrates or Aristotle, an ancient Greek philosopher, or Roman. Could be Roman. Or even a biblical character. He could fit into that too. But yeah, he has a very interesting look. He's looking and thinking, probably thinking about these people here. There's different stories that this painting could probably influence. I think this painting could probably lead to a lot of different stories, inspire different thoughts. A painting or a picture is worth 1,000 words. I hope my paintings are worth many stories. Got the columns. I love these. And you even have more columns in the background. I put these columns in the background. I love background buildings and columns in my paintings. Really like that effect, that touch. And the mist. Can almost hear the lightning and the rain now hitting the ground and the puddles. And here, these characters, I just love that. There's characters way, way back there, so this goes way back. Have more rain, and up front here you have the big puddle here, but I made it look like it goes down under the ground, like there's a hole, like symbolic going into the underworld, the abyss, Tartarus, Hades, whatever you want to say. Being ancient Greece, I guess it'd be Hades, or it could be ancient Rome too, with the pillars. At least that's a lot of the inspiration. This guy could be like a philosopher. Maybe he's not happy with how his countrymen are behaving, or something similar maybe to Socrates or Plato or Aristotle. Maybe he has a philosophy that he wishes more people would follow. Or maybe even like Diogenes, but it's not Diogenes, but he's not going to be walking backwards through the town. So here, you got more mist. I really like the mist, how it's near the water, almost like it's coming from here, or better yet, more realistically going down into it. But actually, I prefer to have it coming out as a symbol of the underworld, like what's down there. I really like this idea, putting stuff like this in my paintings with the pool effect here. Sometimes I'll make it like a whirlpool, but here it's just kind of going straight down in, and the foliage, and then the leaves, and then the vines, and you have some vines going into it. Really like the vines. Yeah, this painting, I think I did it 6 years ago or 7. Might have even have been 5. I can't remember, but really like it. Halloween. I thought about that movie when I was painting this. That's why I have these white robes, but they also kind of look like druids from the distance, if the druids really wore white robes. There's some debate among archaeologists exactly what they look like. Yeah, he's got an interesting face. I tried to give him a face of wisdom and deep thought. What's he thinking? And I wanted him to be thinking about these people here. He knows they're back there, and he's probably got a lot on his mind. I wanted to give him a face of a very learned, wise man that probably seen a lot, and he has a deep philosophy, a realistic philosophy about life and how to handle it, what to do. I'm really glad in this painting I added the rain. I do that in a lot of my paintings, but some I don't. I think the last video that I put up, if I remember right, there was no rain in it, but I love that painting. I really like that painting. And I like this one too, but this one has rain. But the other one had something that this painting doesn't have. Street lights. I like to put street lights and kind of mix that in there with the ancient aspects and the ancient stuff in my paintings. I like that effect quite a bit. I want to look at those pillars a little bit closer and show you. Yeah, I just waited for the canvas to get somewhat dry. Then I took a brush with gray paint and just kind of lightly touched it. That's why you get this shadow effect here. It makes it look like it's dark. I didn't have to do that to get the shadow effect. I could just paint them gray and then add dark colors to it to give it a shadow, add some black, add some water to the black acrylic paint to make it thin so the gray would show through. But I just use that other technique that I just talked about with mixing the kind of the gray paint with some water, kind of putting it on here thin and just kind of lightly or moderately pressing down on the canvas with the brush after the black paint dries. That's another way to do it. It worked pretty well here. I'm very satisfied with those pillars and then the pillars in the background. All those people come out and get the full view again. You know, I often paint old men in my paintings, and I've said in other videos that in a way they're kind of a symbol of wisdom, and then also weariness and being tired, because sometimes I'll have them look tired. This guy doesn't look super tired though, like some of the other ones I've painted. But when I was reading the book Plato's Republic, Socrates in there said he likes to talk to people who are older because he looks at them as people who have been on a journey, the journey of life, and he finds wisdom more prevalent with them, so when he talks to them he can get more out of it and learn from their experience, so to speak. I think there was an older man he talked to named Cephalus or Cephalus, or I'm probably getting the name wrong, but he was an old man that he talked to, and it was a pretty good dialogue at the beginning of that book. I use old men in my paintings because, like I said, they kind of represent weariness. We all get tired and we need rest, but also wisdom and the experience that comes from that. You can almost smell the rain. It's got that certain odor to it, kind of a freshness. And yep, these guys are on the graveyard shift for sure. They're going to be out here all night. You can use your own imagination. To everyone seeing this painting, you can just kind of imagine what he might be thinking and what he's thinking about them. There's so many stories you can make up in your minds about what this all means. Like this could be a symbolic reference to the underworld. The buildings or the pillars in a lot of my paintings kind of look unstable, almost like society's about ready to collapse. And he knows it. He tries to warn them, but no one listens. And there's other symbols that you can find in here and in my other paintings, because in some of my other paintings, the buildings, on purpose, I made them look unstable. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite paintings, and puts me in a deep thought, puts me in a philosophical mood, which I think, just looking at that character there, he kind of sets the mood. And I hope you enjoyed it too, and looking at it with me tonight. And if you like this video, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. And my plan is to be back soon with another video on a windy, rainy night. Hopefully not too windy. So take care, everybody. Have a good night.